Diets, diets. I've done them all, or at least I feel like I've done them all. I've done Weight Watchers. I've done Take Off Pounds Sensibly. I've done, my goodness, Dr. Atkins. I've done vegetarian, and you name it, I've probably done it. There was one diet, you pick a food that you like. Mine was cheesecake. Eat cheesecake every meal. Okay. I want you to know I did lose weight and I did gain weight all the time. And then about 2 years ago now, a year and a half, 2 years ago, I started keto. I felt so good on keto that after a while I started researching carnivore because it kept coming up, and I thought, well, what's carnivore all about? And I had a lot of gut problems, and I was looking to do something about that, and I was having so much trouble with my IBS that I was beginning to think that it would never stop. So I decided to go carnivore. I first started with the BBB&E. After I had started carnivore, I started hearing about that, so I did the BBB&E for about 5 days, and man, oh man, I felt so good on that BBB&E that I said, okay, I'm going to go carnivore, and that's what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And I have determined to do it for the rest of my life. And you'll say, well, why? Why would you want to do carnivore for the rest of your life? Well, I've never felt better in all my life. And I told my doctor when I saw her after I had started carnivore, I said, I feel better now than I did when I was in my 20s. I have energy, I've lost weight, my color in my skin is good, I feel good, my eyes are sharp and clean, and so on and so forth. And she laughed because she saw I really had a lot of spring in my step and so on. And so anyways, the thing that really freaked her out was my high cholesterol. And I have family inherited high cholesterol. And so I told her, she asked me to promise to do the krill oil. I said, well, I can't promise, but I will look it up and research it, and I promise to try to do something. Well, I did for a good month or so, and then I started hearing a lot more carnivore diet information, and I said, you know what? I'm glad I never started the krill oil. I'm not going to do anything about my cholesterol. My cholesterol is my cholesterol. It's where it needs to be for me, and I'm just going to eat carnivore. So you might ask, well, what do you eat? Well, I eat most of the time, every breakfast actually, lately for the last month, is a hamburger patty and an egg and a 1 ounce piece of liverwurst and usually 1 or 2 slices of bacon. And I have my big breakfast every morning around 9:30, quarter to 10, and that really does suffice me for the day. If I happen to be hungry at what we call dinner time, which would be somewhere between 5 and 6, then whatever I make for my husband, who's still doing keto, I make his food, and I will have some meat, a portion of meat, whether it be 3 ounces, 5 ounces, or 6 ounces. I never usually go over 6, and so I'll have meat. And occasionally I'll have a slice of cheese. I love horseradish, so I usually put that on just about all my beef because I love horseradish on my beef. And I can't think of anything else I have. Oh, I still have coffee. I do coffee. I was doing it with cream up until about 2-3 weeks ago, and then I started adding butter. So now I add 3 tablespoons of butter to my coffee, and I use my little frother to get it all nice and pretty colored, and then I drink it. And you know what? I found out I like that better with butter. 3 tablespoons of butter instead of 1.5 or 2 tablespoons of cream. And then I have iced coffee during the day because I'm a coffee drinker. I like my coffee. And I have found also that used to be coffee, I thought, was causing me to have rapid heart palpitation. The high test? No, it wasn't. It wasn't doing that at all. So now I'm drinking high test. It doesn't affect me in any way. I even drink a cup before I go to bed at night, and I sleep like a baby, which I want to talk about. I sleep so good now. I sleep better than I have in forever. I usually get between 5 and 7 hours, which for me is super. And so that's my diet information. Diets, diets, diets. You do what works for you, but I'm going to tell you, I did 8 years vegetarian, and it did a lot of damage to me and my body that I wasn't aware of until later on down the road. But now that I'm on carnivore, I'm feeling better. Oh, one more thing. I had dry eye real badly. Every time I went to every eye doctor, they'd say, your eyes are awfully dry. And one of the, well, when I had my cataract surgery, they told me, use Retain drops in my eyes. I want you to know it doesn't do a bit of good for me. My eyes didn't feel any different. But since I've been on carnivore, the last 2 weeks, I've been really strict the last month. And since I've been on carnivore, the last 2 weeks, eating a stick of butter every day and just sticking to my diet, I have found that my eyes actually get watered. They're not dry anymore. I wake up in the morning and there's a crust on my eyelids. I haven't had a crust on my eyelids in forever. So anyways, I'm just telling you what it's done for me. And I'm not that knowledgeable about it, but I'm knowledgeable about what's going on in this body. And I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, leave me some comments. And if you're doing carnivore, let me know about some of the exciting things that took place in your life. And I want to thank Dr. Ken Berry and his wife, Nisha, who's a nurse, for the wonderful videos that they put out, because they have been so inspirational in my life. Bless you. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you again on another video soon.